Hello guys, hello good people, people of evil, how are you? Good afternoon, good night, good morning, depending on when you are watching this video. Well, this video is about, as the title of the video says, the shame of the scam of people who sell airports out there that say they are for X-Plan 12. And then it's totally uncertain. They're not X-Plan 12 airports, they're X-Plan 11 airports. I have already made some videos demonstrating from some airports most of what they sell out there of the big deception and the big scam of saying that they are X-Plan 12 airports and they are not X-Plan 11 airports. All right. Well, yesterday I obviously, as you already know, developed airports. Well, anyone who already knows me knows perfectly well that I started developing airports for Flight Simulator 2004, okay? Then FSX Prepare in all its versions, XPLC 11 and later XPLC 2, and I already have explanatory videos out there of my story with the issue of airports. And I also obviously have some videos on the channel that you can see perfectly. Those of you who follow the channel know it. And the one you arrive new, well, obviously, well, you can see it perfectly without any type of problem, which there is no here. Well, there's no trick, no cardboard, no lying or anything. Everything is demonstrable, and that's what I do. Prove things. I don't talk for the sake of talking. I always speak, obviously, with wisdom about what happens, because there are already many of them we have been talking about for many years. I started in 2006, 2025, well, 19 years ago, in which I am developing airports. Well, yesterday for me, obviously, there are some places that I really like to fly, and yesterday, well, there are some airports. As you know, I obviously develop practically all airports. But some of them I say, well, instead of developing it, I'm going to take a flight tomorrow, and then I'm going to buy it. Okay, I say I'm going to buy it. If it exists out there, I buy it, and I don't mind spending the money, huh? You already know that iberdesign airports, formerly Ibertex, have always been free until the moment when airports were pirated. And then obviously I demand that they have to make a donation via PayPal. Who wants my airports, my jobs, to know who it is in case they hack it, to know who it was who hacked it, is the control that I have via PayPal. Because names, cities, all the stories come. Well then, well, sometimes I say, well, I like this place, don't I? And then I say, well, instead of stopping to develop it, well, nothing. I'm going to buy it because I have another job, and thank God, well, no, I don't need the money absolutely for nothing. I have money to live my whole life with many, as I have said many times, to live different lives, several lives. And I don't mind spending the money, obviously, but of course I don't like being cheated. Many times I buy it precisely to demonstrate those deceptions that they usually do out there. I already have videos out there that you can see that the airport of that Flavik deceived me, that I bought it. Obviously, I have bought several airports, the airport from Honolulu, the airport of. I also bought the Paro airport. Anyway, I have quite a few airports purchased for X-Plan, because previously those that I developed, which I always say clearly, some are totally zero. And another, because I exclusively take advantage of what 3D objects are. When I say 3D objects, they are simply what buildings are, okay, not the rest buildings. And in many, well, evidently, since they left the airport that left in 2004, 2006 until 2025, I also explained it in a video, which obviously the airport has received modifications. They have expanded runways, they have expanded terminals, they have expanded airports. So what? Well, the buildings that are not there, evidently they were not there when the airport was built in 2005, 2006. Well, evidently I with the 3D Studio Max. Well, obviously I do the work, and what do I need here? Well, I look here, I need a hangar, a building, I do it in 3. Other, obviously, and I update the airport so that it is exactly the same as on the date on which I am developing the airport for X-Men 12, in this case good, so as not to serve too extensive. Let's see, whoever doesn't understand Spanish, I speak Spanish, obviously, because I'm from Spain, so obviously I speak my language, the Spanish language, for those who are interested and may be interested in these things. Well, obviously on YouTube there is the possibility of translating, of activating a translator that exists for YouTube, in which evidently what is both text and voice can be read and heard in our native language. In other words, here he is introduced and he watches this video. He sees an Englishman comes, a German comes, a Frenchman comes, an Italian comes. He doesn't speak Spanish. Do you understand Spanish? Well, all you have to do is take the translator, put it in your language, and obviously you will get what I write and what I speak in Spanish, huh? Because that's obviously what the tools we have on the internet are for, huh? I wish this tool, the internet that we have today, existed. We had it 30 years ago, but at that time there was obviously no one. Well, here is the topic of the great scam, which is what this video that I made today, October 25, 2025, is called. Well, yesterday I said, I'm going to look there. This airport exists because I am going to take a flight in the morning, and it is precisely Lampedusa Airport. Lima, India, Charlie Delta. Okay, a very small island in the southern part between southern Malta and eastern Tunisia. Okay, I say, I'm going to see if there is any, so I took it and looked at it, because it's a flight. That's it. I don't mind spending the money, because for me, it doesn't cost me money to spend it on things that I obviously believe in, or I think they are worth it. Okay, so I take it and leave. I look for it, and I find it here on lexplain.org. The scoundrels, this from explain.org. Who are the ones who allow these scammers to come say 2 words? Scammers, thieves, that is, but that clear, also, without anesthesia or anything, without bullshit of any kind. Swindlers, thieves, because it's not her fault. Obviously, all the blame does not lie with the developer who sells on Elsplan.org, but rather with those on Xplan.org who do not verify and sell the products to these thieves. Okay, because they're thieves. In addition, liars deceive staff. People already have I can dare videos made in which I tell him, you think you have airport X-Plane 2 and you don't. You have an airport in X-Plane 11 that works in X-Plane 12. That is, it works in X-Plane 12, but it doesn't. it does not have everything that is the potential of the way that an airport of X-Plane 12 works, because we have the theme of rain, the theme of wind, the theme of lighting, the theme of texture. Anyway, although it seems that X-Plane 12 is the same as X-Plane 11, it has nothing to do with it at all. So an airport at X-Plane 11 can work at X-Plane 12, but it's not able to have, say, the technology. And the development that works an exclusive airport for XL12. I'm going to try to make the video, make it as brief as possible, but hey, whoever wants to see it in its entirety should see it, and whoever doesn't want to see it is free to do whatever he wants. But I make things clear. Well, I come here to Riga, I see the email, and the Delta Lampedusa shoal go to Anlinosa Island, which is the island of Lampedusa, Italy. Who's the seller of this? They sell it on xplan.org in the Xplan store. RG, but who is the developer? Here it says Charlie Bravo, Delta Lima, India, Charlie Delta Bravo, because he is precisely the developer. Okay, this developer is Camille de Belize. They are called Camille Belize. This is the nomenclature of Charlie Delta Bravo. That is, this Camille de Belli do the airport, they do a job here, that this is X-Plane 11, that this is DFCX care, DFCX converted to X-Plane 11. And now they sell it as X-Plane 12. Then he arrives at Camille de Belli and tells the ORG store, look, put me there, the airport that we want to sell there, then from an airport of X-Plane 12. Okay. And then, of course, those at the L store do not verify that it is an airport that is not from X-Plane 12, then X-Plane 11, which I am now going to demonstrate. And now, who do they put it up for sale here? They put it up for sale, okay? So everyone who arrives here says, man, through an airport, let's see what happens. Let's see what we are seeing. Let's see. The photo is Lampedusa Wonder X-Blend 12, also placed here. That is, we see it here in blue with the X-Plane 12 logo. And we said, man, well, look at this airport X-Blend 12, as it says X-Blend 12. Well, obviously it's shit for them. But not only that, but we come here to request, and it puts us here very clearly. It puts us X-Plane 12, not for X-Plane 11, that is. He is already telling us they have put the logo above that it is from X-Plane 12, and they tell us the requirement that nothing else works in X-Plane 12 and not in X-Plane 11. That is X-Plane 12, not for X-Plane 11. That is, they are telling us not to buy. If you have X-Plane 11, do not buy this airport, because this airport is developed for X-Plane 12. Okay, and now he puts it up for sale here. They start selling. They charge the Belize game and also the percentage they take from the Oargivale store because people buy it. Here we see it. Well, it's not a crazy price, but it's the cheat. $18.90. Okay, $18.90 is what the airport costs. But an X-Plane 11 airport is not an X-Plane 12 airport. All right? Awesome. Here we have 10, 18, 90, and me to obviously always carry and be able to demonstrate things. For that reason, I always try to have everything tied up well, as we say in Spain, to demonstrate things. Of the scoundrels, thieves, these who are scoundrels, thieves, I layman, go here and buy it. Here you go. I mean, this airport isn't a pirate airport, huh? There are pages out there. What do you see the catch there and have pirate airports? No, I said at the beginning, I have plenty, thank God, huh? Thank God I have enough money to live more than 4 lives without any kind of problem. And I say, well, I buy it like I said at the beginning. Well, I bought it and nothing, well, I don't have this airport like that. And I'm going to take the flight that I have planned for tomorrow and for possible more times. Well, here we have it. CDB, that is from Belly Lampedusa Taitali game clip for download. That is, here I demonstrate that I buy. I don't go to pirate pages to download airports. Well, there on YouTube, they sometimes show me the last message I received from an airport. That if the airport is from an agent, I don't know what story is shit for it, because you have no fucking idea, because my airports are obviously developed by iberdesign, although I say it on some occasions. That some objects I take advantage of according to the airports that I have already purchased previously. I had purchased it from FSXY. And I converted them at the time in 2017, at the end of 2017, 2018. I converted it for Xplan 11 using exclusively some objects such as terminals, not buildings, obviously airport objects. Okay, well, now to finish and not make this too heavy, I repeat again that for those who are not Spanish speakers, Arden does not speak Spanish language. For YouTube is possible translation by a YouTube for you language. Well, so that those who do not speak Spanish find out that there is a translator so that they can understand and listen to what I speak in Spanish. Because obviously I am Spanish and I don't have to put it in English, because there are people from other countries, obviously, a Frenchman, an Italian, a Romanian, someone from wherever, right? Well, there are many who don't know English either. Okay, I don't know why I'm going to say it in English when they won't find out either. So that's what translators are for. Well, let's see what's not interesting about what the title of the video is. Thieves, scoundrels, thieves, scoundrels. They deceive the Xplan community by saying that they are airports, that I put it here again, Xplan 12, not for Xplan 11. That is, this airport is for Xplan 12, not for Xplan 11. And they put the image here with the logo of Xplan 12. Here we have the logo Xplan 12. Well, now we are going to see the airport of Xplan 12 in Lampedusa. Okay, we have the Salt and Delta image here. This is Camille de Belix Airport, the one they sell as Xplan 12. That the fault, I repeat, now lies with both the developers and those at the store who take it and sell it without being from Xplan 12. Here we have the first story, gentlemen. This is one thing, and this is intolerable. What we have has produced a photoreal image that, by the way, does not even have quality. And what's going on here? Where are the buildings? Where are the buildings here? Because here 4 buildings. Here is not the whole city. Here we have 4 buildings we don't have. Entire city, okay, but hey, that doesn't mean it's either Kepler Xplan 11 or Xplan 12. Not that, but those of us who know do know much more to see if they are Xplan 2 or not. The first thing is that you already know perfectly about Xplan 12, because it evidently has what vegetation is. It has it moving depending on the direction of the wind and the force of the wind. It moves more or less moves by the wind. That's all we have at Iberdesign. We are the only ones who have that system for tall airports. We're the only ones. It is exclusive to us, the same as the lighting system, also exclusive to iberdesign. Well, here we have an airport that they say is X-Plan 12, and it is the big scam. Let's see. Let's go in parts. You believe that this vegetation is from X-Plan 12 lie. This vegetation is from when it was FSXy. It is flexible 2004. It is a crosshead. It is clearly seen here. We have that one plane for here and another plane that is, they are two crossed planes, what the vegetation does. You think this can be sold as X-Plan 12 when it is uncertain that this is not X-Plan 12, that the vegetation comes from FCX of the system that was developed in Flight Simulator 2004, FCXYPRI Part 3D. Is this intolerable? More vegetation. Vegetation. Here we have it, the cross. Here we have it. This is not trees 3D. This is not vegetation 3D. No tree 3D is 2D. These are trees 3D of how much this is a sticker in Spanish. This is a sticker, a glue. Okay, we leave that. Anyway. Let's go wherever we go. We are obviously going to have 2Ds here. They have put some palmeritas. They have put a story. This is 2Ds. This is not 3D. This is not from X-Plan 12. This is from FSX, Flight Simulator 2004. That is, this is not 3D, gentlemen. And well, let's go wherever we go. Obviously, all the vegetation. The vegetation is 2D, okay, 2D here, we have it here, we can see the difference. This little tree, for example, there is here this tree that mounts it, the X-Plan 12, this tree is in 3D, we can already see how it is moving, there is a little wind. And how is he moving while the other two aren't moving? Okay, they don't move because it's not from XP on 12. It's not from XP on 12. Where is the city here? Where is the city here? For God's sake, what is this? A real photo here, just that I put a real photo, but where are the houses? Where are the homes? Where are you, gentlemen swindlers? You are thieving swindlers. We come to the grass. It's okay, grass or fat. We come here if it's not even fat. If it's not there, look here, painted. Flat texture, flat texture. Gentlemen, here we are going to have a little bit of de grass, or grass in Spanish. This is 2D, this is not 3D. Here we can see it 2D. This is sticker, huh? This is not working the way things have to work in X-Plan 12. Another deception. And now let's go to the final deception, X-Plan 12. We know very well that rain is what airports get wet. That is, when it rains, you see the rain, and the rain it brings. I've said it many times. X-Plan 12 can't stop a proper rain. Correct rain is exclusive to iberdesign, You can watch the videos, that is, it is not that we want to say it, it is that Equisflint 12 nor other developers have noses to have achieved what is the real rain that we have at iberdesign. What are the puddles? Obviously, where the land has given way, a puddle forms and you can see the rain falling. How does it have to be? We don't see anything here. This is all dry. I'm going to put it on for you to see. I don't go with stories especially when I criticize this type of thing, and I can criticize it because that's what I bought it for. And since I bought it, I can criticize. And apart from that, I know what I'm talking about without a doubt. You guys think this is this. It's an Airport X Plan 12 with rain. Let's see. First of all, they have put it here. This track has no texture. It is not textured. They are the default textures of X-Plant. Agreed. It is, as I have always said from the beginning of the times of X-Plant 12. They look like a zebra. The rain doesn't have this behavior. The rain has a part where it is sunken. You can see what the rain puddle is, and the rest doesn't. Here you see this. This is the track. This is on the track. This is a zebra. This is not rain here on platform. What rain do we have here? What do we have here? We have 4 things painted here because this is painted, and where is here where the ground sinks, where is the rain splashing on the ground? I put it in this position. Okay, this is set to full rain, full explain this. Where is it? Where is the rain here? This is dry. There is no rain here, gentlemen. There is no rain, and they tell us that it is an exclusive airport for X-Plan 12, not X-Plan 11 that we have read about it before. Okay, so here we have it. Where is it? Here we go to the vegetation. Let's see, I'm going to have a little bit here for 1 second, because I'm going to cut the video now because it's disgusting to me. You're making me sick to see this, huh? You're making me sick. Here we can see where it is. Where is the vegetation moving? That right now we have rain, we have wind. That this had to be moving. The trees don't stop, and this is static. That's static because they are stickers. These are stickers. Well, all said. That everything is wrong, that it is absolutely useless, that this is not X-Plan 12. I repeat, this is FSX converted to X-Plan 11. And we're not talking about people. For me, these people knew, huh? In other words, we are talking about developers who have been around for a long time, who should know that they are camel de bellies. They have airports there in the Canadian area, and they also have airports. These people that is should already know a little, but it is easier to deceive you by deceiving you in this cruel and disgusting way in Spanish, so cruelly disgusting, of taking those airports from flexible 2004 FSX. And convert them first for X-Plan 11 and then want to sell it for X-Plan 12, saying that it is for X-Plan 12 that we have seen it there red. No, it is not valid for X-Plan 11. Yes, it is valid. This airport works in X-Plan 11. Where it does not work is with all its features in X-Plan 12. Now what is this? There's vegetation here. There you see the mouse, here trees, here vegetation, here there is vegetation, here in all this there is vegetation. Where is the vegetation? I have painted the photoreal, nothing more. Where is the vegetation? Scoundrels, you are scoundrels, thieves. Where is the vegetation here? This is peeled. This is peeled, as we say in Spain. Peeled, well, I'm going to cut the video. Okay, I'm going to cut the video. Like this video, I'm going to upload. Obviously, you're going to be able to check it from tomorrow. I'm going to take this airport. All right, I'm going to take this airport. It's going to take me days of work, okay? It's going to take me a lot of work time, but I don't care. After having bought it, I don't care. so that these scoundrels realize that they can fool everyone. Well, come on, let's see this not seen. The lighting system, a second, I'm going to put the lighting system that this has not been seen. Good lighting system then. Here we have the usual problem. Let's see when noses are we going to find out what the parking entrance lines are. It has to carry lights, one orange, one green, orange, green, so that the planes can be guided by the lines, by the night lighting. This is where the plane is guided. Where it is guided, where there are lights in which it says, that's where you have to guide yourself to enter the airport. Nowhere is it, nowhere, gentlemen, nowhere. Here we have it. Here they have put some blue lights on the outside, but the central lines are neither green lights nor are there orange and green lights to enter the parking lots. That is something else. This is neither X-Plan 12 nor X-Plan 11. So here we have the great deception of these scoundrels who have no other name. So what I have said before, I am going to take this airport that has cost me all the money, and without a doubt, I am going to put it in myself. I am going to put it for X-Plan 12 exclusive for XP12. That is, the one I do as I do like all the airports that I do exclusive for XP12. Those do not work on XP11, but this one does work on XP11. But when I get my hands on this one and I do the things that I have to do to this, so that it is really an XP airport in 12 and does not have this city here stripped, that is, go see the difference. The difference, because this video is going to be on, and when I have it prepared for X-Plan 12, I am going to show you the video of an airport. This same airport for X-Plan 12 made by iberdesign or modified by iberdesign, exclusive for X-Plan 12, and now you compare and how they make me feel very bad, huh? Because it's easy for me to get very bad milk. I'm going to fuck. And once I have it finished and working exclusively for X-Plan 12, I'm going to share it with you, with the people who really deserve it. I'm going to share it, but not this crap. Not for X-Plan 12, I'm going to share it, but I'm not going to share it by the face. I am going to share it clairvoyantly with a small donation, not to make money, as you well know, but to really know who I am giving an airport to. So I can hack it. So guys, you already know what there is, what they tell you out there, that this airport is like so much, and out there that they say that they are from X, then tell them that a milestone for them, and sorry for the passion or shit for them, that they are not airports of XPL, then they are airports of X, Plan 11, and when I don't have for X, Plan 12 already completed, is when you are going to see the big difference. But this, I couldn't let it pass without putting it here on the YouTube channel so that you can see it, and so that you can see what a scoundrel it would be, and the scoundrel that these rioters do, who are people who should be posting without a doubt, because we are talking about people who have been for a long time making airports. But of course, it is better to make money deceiving people than to put ourselves to work to really be an airport for XBM12. So well guys, I hope you found this video useful. This video is constructive criticism for you, destructive for these people, because I repeat again, they are scoundrels, thieves, that is, scoundrels, thieves, because they have no other name. Because I demonstrate, I don't talk for the sake of talking like many people on my YouTube channel talk there for the sake of talking, who have no damn idea what they're talking about. I do know what I'm talking about, and when I have that, then I'm going to show it to you so you can see the difference. And when I fly here to Lampedusa, or from Lampedusa, I'm going to go with a really Eclipse airport, so not this shit. D-explain 11. So nothing, boys. See you in a new tutorial video. See you in a new airport presentation. Let's go. I'm going to start with this one. I have other projects standing there. Let's see, dependent, but nothing more than that. For that reason, I'm going to start with this one, to finish it, be able to enjoy it, and so you can see the difference in what an airport is. From Kepler 12 to the crap these people do in bed, I'm very so come, guys, until next week. If I like the video, a like please is very important so that the video goes up and can reach more people. Not because we gain anything, because we don't have the video monitored, we don't gain anything, but so that more people can see and know, and it stops them from being so inept. From talking around saying that they have X-Plan airports, then when it's a lie, they have X-Plan 11. So come, guys, until next time, and be good. Bye-bye.